What's up, everybody? I'm Josh Meek, the Uber Geek. Welcome to Pretty Dece, your daily entertainment and pop culture show. Again, this week we're talking about E3, and we're talking about an announcement today that came out of kind of the tail end of E3. A lot of the big game announcements and the huge goings-on happen at the press conferences, which happen at the kind of early half of the week, but then news still continues to trickle out throughout the week, and this is one of the kind of late-breaking pieces of news. And it focuses on the game developer Telltale. Of course, Telltale is the game studio behind the resurgence of adventure games. At one time, adventure games had almost completely died out, but now Telltale has kind of single-handedly made them popular again with their licensed episodic releases. Some of Telltale's popular titles include The Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, Batman, there's a Minecraft story mode series, tons of stuff that they've put out. And Telltale's ability to land a licensing deal for their adventure games has really been truly impressive over the years. And this latest deal they've inked is maybe the most impressive of all. So we found out that they're going to be making a Stranger Things-based game through a new partnership with Netflix. Now, Stranger Things lends itself incredibly well to an adventure game, and I'm really excited to see what they come up with for it. There's, of course, a mystery to solve, there's character-driven storylines, and despite the fact that there is this kind of like ever-present danger and kind of stuff going on at a grand scale, the thing you care about with Stranger Things is character interactions, which is what Telltale does so well. Now, there's obviously lots of nostalgia they can jam in and lots of ability to kind of throw Easter eggs in here and there, which adventure games are really, really good for. But basically everything that made The Walking Dead great for being an adventure game is also true for Stranger Things. So I'm really excited to see kind of the direction they go, and I'm really excited to see what story they tell, because Telltale doesn't tend to just retell storylines that have previously existed. They figure out side stories, they figure out different avenues they can take their particular series. So obviously we've seen season 1 and season 2 of Stranger Things, but kind of where do you fit a new side story in that grander universe? I think some really cool things could come out of that. Now, the Walking Dead game featured a new group of survivors. They were introduced just for the game, and I think that works great for Walking Dead, but I think people would be a little disappointed if you didn't let us hang out with Eleven and the gang that we know and love from the Stranger Things TV series, but instead gave us a new cast of characters that also happen to be in Hawkins. Walking Dead, I think, works more as a setting, and the characters are kind of interchangeable for parts, but I don't think that's as true for Stranger Things. I think Stranger Things, I think it depends a lot more heavily on the characters themselves. So I do expect to see, all of the normal characters show up in the game, so that'll be a little bit different than The Walking Dead. Now, this isn't the only piece of news coming out of Telltale and Netflix. The other half of this deal is that Netflix is making a, quote, interactive adventure based on Minecraft story mode. So Telltale is making a game based on a Netflix property, and Netflix is making an interactive TV show based on a Telltale property. So they're kind of trading. Now, these interactive adventures are kind of these like pseudo TV shows, and it's not their first foray into this format. They have a couple things that are interactive right now up on the service. There's a Puss in Boots show, and there's a show called Buddy Thunderstruck. So both kind of kid-focused programs, but at various points in the show it pops up and asks you to make a decision, and it works like a choose-your-own-adventure. The storyline goes down the direction that you chose, so watching it multiple times means that the story plays out differently. It's actually pretty clever, and it's just playing video clips back, but it adds a lot to the series, and especially for kids, it is a really smart thing to do, as they tend to watch the same shows over and over again. So this makes perfect sense to bring Minecraft in and do something similar for that. And of course, there are other Telltale properties that would be wonderful for this type of a treatment as well. So I'm definitely imagining more games that could come in and could be interactive on Netflix. And also imagine more Netflix originals that could end up being Telltale games. Something like Orange is the New Black, or maybe even Arrested Development. I think there's a lot of opportunity for stuff kind of transferring back and forth between these two companies, and it really, really could be amazing. So I'm really excited about both this and kind of what comes next from this deal. Lots of cool stuff to look out for. So that's going to do it for Pretty Dece for today. Thank you very much for joining me to talk about this Stranger Things Telltale game. If you like the show and want to see more new episodes of Pretty Dece, premiere weekdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/PrettyDeceShow. You can also check out the daily episodes on the podcast feed or the YouTube channel. You can find that at prettydeceshow.com/video or just searching YouTube for Pretty Dece. Finally, you can catch me on Facebook and Twitter at Pretty Dece Show.